Hi, this is Jack with Vacation News. We're going to talk a little bit more about what does it cost. In this video, I want to talk to you about entertainment. A lot of options. So on a typical wedding, we are seeing, of course, at your ceremony, you're going to have music. Now, most resorts, as part of their package, will give you a sound system, whatever that may be. So your first option to keep costs down is just plug your phone in and play what music you've brought. A couple of things we've seen recently is people having a harpist, an electric violinist, a pianist, a saxophonist. Most of the resorts have access to all of this for your ceremony. What's it cost? I've seen from a couple $100 to maybe $500 for that 45-minute set during your ceremony. Again, you can just bring your phone. That's the least expensive way to do it. Now, let's look at your private events, whether it's a rehearsal dinner or it's a big party or it's the welcome party, cocktail party, whatever. So you have a lot of options. Let's talk about live music. Jazz trios, 2 to 3 people playing jazz during cocktails, $500 to $1,000. That's pretty standard across multiple resorts that I've looked at. A couple of resorts offer reggae, same thing. For a 45 to 1 minute set to a 1 hour set, say $500 to $1,000. We're also seeing in Mexico Mariachi bands. They range from 3 pieces all the way up to, we just got a quote for someone for a 12-piece mariachi band. But again, it's a short time thing, but it makes a great impression on your guests to have this live music and experience it. Most clients will have a DJ. DJs have packages. I've seen DJs for $300 to $500. I've seen DJs with MCs for $500 to $1,000. Then it starts getting complicated. I saw something with Charisma Resorts where they have a package which is a dance floor with a monogram on it, your monogram, or a flashy dance floor, the DJ, the MC, and then a booth that the DJ stands behind for $2,000 to $3,000, depending upon how many hours they're going to play. So you do have a lot of options for music for your events. And again, if you choose to kind of reduce the cost, you can rent a sound system from the resort and just plug your own tunes in your own playlist. They will charge you typically for a sound system for your private events. Now let's look at other entertainment options. Whether it's Jamaica, Mexico, wherever it is, pretty consistent that you have other options for entertainment. In Mexico, you have fire dancers. I think it's the greatest thing going now. Anytime we've had that at a wedding, I hear from the guests, oh my gosh, the fire dancers were amazing. A fire dancer performance can be between 15 minutes and 45 minutes. Some of them have taped music, some have live music, some are 1 or 2 people, some are 3 or 5 people. Pricing I've seen for that, again, for a 15-minute to say 30-minute performance is about $500. I saw something recently from a client that had, it looked like 3 or 4 fire dancers with a drummer, and that was $750. But again, anytime that gets added, we hear great things. In Jamaica, we've seen the bamboo dancers. It's a lot of fun. It's 2 or 3 people. They get people up and active. Again, it's typically recorded music, but you really feel like you're in the Caribbean vibe when they're doing that. Other acts that we've seen is Cirque du Soleil type things, acrobatics, water aerobics. Most of the resorts can add all of this stuff if you want to add and really blow out the experience. Again, you can do it for a welcome party. You can do it for your reception. I've seen, we just had a client have a caricaturist, an artist that was drawing characters for people. So there's a lot of entertainment options. We've seen magicians. We've seen water drumming. One of my favorite things in Mexico, there is a company called Drums in Paradise. They will have 2 or 3 people with water drummers. It's kind of like Blue Man Group. They'll get your guests up. Everybody gets wet. It's just a lot of fun. They also do some other things where they'll give out sticks and they'll get people like drumsticks playing with some music. They also have theme presentations where people come in on stilts and dressed up, and they're all lit up, and they can create a parade. So there's a lot of entertainment options that you can choose from. I think it's really going back to what is the theme of each of your events and what is it you want to add. So the question I always get asked is, hey Jack, should I spend money on flowers or the entertainment, or should I spend money on extra food? It's a really good question. I don't have an answer. What I can tell you, I don't hear very often that someone says to us, oh my gosh, they had the most beautiful chairs I sat on all night. What we do hear is, oh my gosh, they had the water drumming. It was the coolest thing that I've ever seen. So these are just some of the entertainment options most of the resorts can provide. Hopefully this is helpful for the what does it cost, so when you start adding these things up, you can get a better sense of if you want to add it, if you have the budget, and if you don't want to add it, but at least it gives you some idea of what does it cost. I'll be back with you next week, and we're going to talk about food for your destination wedding and how you can plan and what does that cost.